What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist, courtesy of Odd Shopper, coming to you with my 3 prize picks plays for today. Technically going to be 4 because we're going to add something on top of to one of them, but it's something you can add to your account right now. $100 free using promo code AWESEMO over at PrizePicks, despite the name change to Stochastic. We are still using promo code AWESEMO over at PrizePicks. You'll also get 1 free month of Stochastic Plus to go along with that. That's a 2-for-1 special. I would take advantage of that. That's better than anything you're going to find at Kmart, if those still exist, but whatever. Weird joke. Let's get to the picks right away, shall we? I'm looking at the top of the board for pitcher fantasy score. And I'm going to be shorting my very own Minnesota Twin. It breaks my heart to do it, but Joe Ryan, under 30.5 for a fantasy score. We got him projected a little bit underneath this, but I think there's a number of reasons that this is a very positive EV bet. One, there are multiple ways to be able to skin this cat. One, Cleveland does not strike out whatsoever here. We are looking at a team that right now has a 17.6% K percentage as a team against right-handed pitching. That is by far the best in baseball by a pretty wide margin. You get guys like Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez, both 7 and 7.6% respectively in K percentages. Those are ridiculous numbers. Pretty much only the catchers are going to be guys that you can really target some strikeouts with. Everybody else is south of a 23% K percentage. It's going to just be tough sledding to be able to accumulate a lot. That's why you're seeing 4 strikeouts for Joe Ryan being his number on prize picks. We don't want to do anything with that. That seems about appropriate. But the other major reason, sorry, I should probably zoom in on it. There you are. There's his beautiful face. But Joe Ryan, I feel very excited about him as a prospect. There's no doubt about that. That's not my concern. But we saw a very limited number of pitches for him first time out. Hadn't pitched in almost a month. 74 pitches against Seattle, only went 4 2/3, gave up 2 homers, lots of issues there, gave up 9 fly balls. I mean, he's going to be a fly ball pitcher going forward as a pitcher. It's just not that exciting of a spot with this Cleveland team that makes a lot of contact. Sure, he's really good. 2.81 ERA, 1.02 whip, lots of reasons to like him as a pitcher there, but 74 pitches, maybe he gets up to 80, 85, maybe he can go even higher. But I like taking this under of 30.5 simply because if things go wrong for him, he's a little bit rusty. There's ways that this doesn't work out for you. I looked at the pitches thrown number on him, 86.5. God, it feels like it's fringe. And so I didn't want to take the under of that. I think it's much safer to encapsulate everything, the low strikeout rate and Joe Ryan's pitch count, where he could possibly not get that quality start bonus, which is worth a lot over on PrizePicks using the FanDuel scoring. So 30.5, we're going to be shorting his fantasy score to start off our card today. All right, next up, we're going to runs and RBIs for my second pick. And if you go to the very bottom of the board, the late night hammer, Julio Rodriguez over 0.5 runs plus RBIs. I always start and sort with runs when it comes to looking at these because those lines are generally better. Guys at the top of the order tend to score more runs than they bat in RBIs over the course of a season. That's kind of how it works. And Julio Rodriguez has been phenomenal. He is minus 120 at a number of books, minus 130 at a couple others to score a run in this game, which is great. Again, that's a fantastic number that we're looking at from him here. But most importantly, you get the RBIs along for the ride for free. So if he hits a home run, obviously both of those would go over. It wouldn't matter. But when looking for a run or an RBI, a run going to be much more possible here. Now, Crawford, there's talks that Crawford could be starting against James Kaprielian here. He could be getting the leadoff spot, whereas on Saturday, you saw both of those games where Rodriguez was the leadoff hitter. That doesn't really matter all that much to me. I think his RBI expectation goes up a little bit rather than having the 8-9 hitters come in. So I'm not going to freak out too much if he's batting cleanup, which we've seen a number of times this season against James Kaprielian. And why? Well, because James Kaprielian is absolute trash. He was once upon a time the targeted guy that the Oakland Athletics wanted to get from the Yankees. They got him. They also got his 6.32 ERA and his 1.50 whip. Still inducing a number of ground balls, but the ball's just getting hit against him. And Julio Rodriguez really stands out that this is too advantageous of a line not to be going that direction. I don't know why the screen went black, but regardless, Joe Ryan under 30.5, over 0.5 runs and RBIs for Julio Rodriguez. That is starting off our card. And to round it out, we're going to total home runs, my friends. This is generally what I like to do, is I like to show you my pairing for the day. And out of all these options we have on the boards, Judge and Stan are always an option if you want to be going there. I have no problem with it, but I'm going to be recommending this one. Paul Goldschmidt and Arenado specifically better than plus 250 to hit a home run in this spot in Milwaukee on the road. So the guaranteed ninth inning bump, that's a little bit of a plus. Also, I just want to be pairing Paul Goldschmidt. I want to get all the exposure to this guy that I possibly can on a day in, day out basis. He is just quietly having perhaps the best season of any hitter in baseball. It's absurd his kind of results. And on the road against this Gonzalez character, his name's Chichi Gonzalez. I have no idea why he's still in the big leagues. He pitched for my Twins for 2 outings. Let's just say it didn't go well, and I'll go through those numbers. But Paul Goldschmidt on the year, 339 average, 16 homers, over a 1.031 OPS. We're only worried about home runs, and Paul Goldschmidt, boy, is he just hitting the baseball hard this entire season. A 548 expected slugging, 16.7 degree average launch angle, and a 548 expected slugging that we're looking at from him. But let's bring it all together here, because I don't think I can possibly emphasize enough how bad Chichi Gonzalez is. Yeah, he induced a couple of ground balls in his starts here, but a 12.9% K percentage here on this season, a 528 expected slugging. The Minnesota Twins, thankfully, wanted nothing to do with him any further. Milwaukee's going to try to make him a thing, but his 6.81 expected ERA with Colorado last year, this guy is not a major league pitcher in any way, shape, or form. And I'm trying to do everything I can on PrizePicks to target him with some of these St. Louis bats. I'm happy to go his direction. I wish we could get some kind of an Edman prop that made more sense than this. Over 1.5 total bases. He's like plus 550 to hit a home run. He's really kind of the castaway of the entire prop. But then over 1.5 total bases for Arenado, I'm going to have iterations of that in this combination for sure. Instead of Paul Goldschmidt, because you're only allowed to play the one batter along with it, I'm going to have that trio, that of the trio home run along with Julio and Ryan quite a bit. But just showing you my process, having some Arenado, but most specifically, make sure you have one. Can I type his name? There I can. Paul Goldschmidt hitting the over of 1.5 total bases to go along with our home run call. Let me know what you think of my four total PrizePicks plays that I have for today. Make sure you power play those so that you get the correlation. You only have to hit one every 8 times, 9 times in order to be profitable in the long run by power playing here with the 4 picks rather than, going cold for a week like last week, which was just an abysmal time. But regardless, use promo code Osmo. Get that $100 free first match deposit bonus over at PrizePicks, as well as 1 free month of Stochastic Plus. Just for signing up. That's all it takes. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck to us today. One-time dealer. Let's go.